Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a question that has puzzled humanity for centuries. What is happiness? And more importantly, how do we find it? We're not just going to offer simple life hacks. Instead, we're traveling back in time, over 2,000 years ago, to ancient Athens to seek wisdom from one of the greatest minds in history, Plato. Now, when you think of happiness today, what comes to mind? Maybe it's landing that dream job, buying a new car, or getting a ton of likes on your latest post. Our modern world often links happiness to external things, possessions, achievements, and the approval of others. But Plato would look at all this and shake his head. He'd argue we're looking in all the wrong places. For him, happiness wasn't something you find outside yourself. It was something you build inside yourself. It wasn't a fleeting feeling, but a state of being. So, how did Plato define this true, lasting happiness? He called it eudaimonia. It's a Greek word that's often translated as happiness, but it means so much more. Think of it as human flourishing, or living your best life in the truest sense. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, reaching your full potential. It's not about feeling good for a moment. It's about being good through and through. To understand Plato's path to eudaimonia, we need to understand his view of the human soul. He believed our soul, or psyche, is divided into three parts. Imagine a chariot. The chariot itself is pulled by two winged horses, and a charioteer is holding the reins, trying to guide them. This is Plato's famous chariot allegory. The charioteer represents reason. This is the part of you that thinks, analyzes, and seeks truth. It's your logical, rational mind that should be in control, steering your life. Then you have the two horses. One is a noble, white horse. It represents spirit, or what we might call our will, our ambition, our sense of honor. It's the part of you that feels pride, courage, and indignation. It wants to do the right thing and be respected. But then there's the other horse. This one is a black, unruly horse. It represents our appetites, our desires for physical pleasures like food, drink, and all the material things we crave. Okay, this horse is powerful, impulsive, and can easily pull the whole chariot off course if it's not kept in check. According to Plato, a happy and fulfilled life is one where these three parts of the soul are in harmony. The charioteer, reason, must be in firm control. It needs to guide the spirited horse and restrain the appetitive horse, and your reason guides your ambition, and both of them work together to manage your desires. You achieve inner justice and balance. This inner harmony, this well-ordered soul, is the very foundation of eudaimonia. It's not about getting rid of your desires or ambition, but about managing them with wisdom. So, if harmony in the soul is the goal, how do we get there? This is where Plato's theory of forms comes into play. It might sound a bit abstract, but stick with me. Plato believed that the physical world we see around us is not the real world. It's more like a shadow or a copy of a higher, more perfect reality. This higher reality is the world of forms or ideas. Think about it like this. You've seen many different chairs in your life, right? Some are big, some small, some made of wood, others of metal. They are all different, yet you instantly recognize them all as chairs. Why? Plato would say is because they all participate in the perfect form of chairness that exists in this higher realm. The same goes for concepts like justice, beauty, and, most importantly, the form of the good. The form of the good is the ultimate form, the source of all other forms, and the source of all reality, truth, and goodness. It's like the sun in his famous allegory of the cave. It illuminates everything and allows us to see things as they truly are. What does this have to do with happiness? Well, Plato believed that the ultimate goal of our reason, our charioteer, is to gain knowledge of these forms, especially the form of the good. By contemplating what is truly good, just, and beautiful, we train our reason. Our reason then knows how to direct our lives, how to guide our spirit and tame our appetites. A philosopher, for Plato, is someone who dedicates their life to this pursuit of wisdom, to understanding the forms. So, the path to happiness is a journey of intellectual and moral development. It's about turning your gaze away from the flickering shadows of the material world, the fleeting pleasures, the social media validation, and toward the eternal light of truth and goodness. It's a lifelong process of learning, questioning, and striving to align your inner self with these ultimate ideals. This sounds great, but how does it apply to our everyday lives? We can't all just sit around contemplating the form of the good all day. Plato knew this. He believed that the principles of a well-ordered soul should be reflected in a well-ordered society. Okay? In his book, The Republic, he outlines his vision of an ideal state, which is structured just like the individual soul. The state has its guardians, or philosopher kings, who represent reason. They are the wisest and most virtuous, and they rule the state. Then, there are the auxiliaries, or soldiers, who represent spirit. They are courageous and protect the state. And finally, you have the producers, the farmers, artisans, and merchants who represent the appetites, providing for the material needs of the society. In this ideal society, happiness is achieved when everyone performs the role for which they are best suited and works in harmony with the other classes. Justice in the state mirrors justice in the soul. Now, we don't live in Plato's Republic, but the lesson is powerful. Find what you are good at, what your unique nature is, and pursue it with excellence. Contribute to your community in a meaningful way. Fulfilled life is not just about inner harmony, but also about finding your place and purpose within a larger whole. So, let's bring it all together. Okay, what can we, in the 21st century, learn from Plato about finding happiness and fulfillment? First, look inward, not outward. True happiness is a state of inner balance, not a collection of external goods. Take time for self-reflection. Ask yourself, is my reason in the driver's seat of my life? Or am I being pulled around by my desires or my need for approval? Second, cultivate your reason. Never stop learning. Read books, engage in thoughtful conversations, question your own beliefs. The more you seek knowledge and wisdom, the better equipped your charioteer will be to guide your life. This isn't about being an academic, it's about being a lifelong learner who values truth. Third, practice moderation. Plato wasn't against pleasure. He just believed it needed to be managed. Enjoy the good things in life, but don't let them control you. The unruly horse of appetite needs a firm hand. This is the timeless virtue of temperance. And finally, seek virtue over validation. Strive to be a good person, not just to look like one. Focus on developing virtues like courage, wisdom, and justice in your character. This inner quality is far more valuable and lasting than any external praise. Living a virtuous life, aligned with what is truly good, is the ultimate expression of human flourishing. Plato's philosophy challenges us to aim higher, tells us that happiness isn't easy. It's a result of hard work, discipline, and a lifelong commitment to self-improvement. But it also offers a profound sense of hope. It tells us that fulfillment is within our reach, not in the chaotic world outside, but in the ordered, harmonious world we can create within our own souls. It's a journey, not a destination. And by understanding these ancient principles, we can start navigating our own lives with more wisdom, purpose, and ultimately, a deeper and more enduring sense of happiness. Thanks so much for watching. Hope this exploration of Plato's ideas gave you some food for thought. If you found this helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into life's biggest questions. Let me know in the comments what you think is Plato's path to happiness still relevant today. I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you in the next video.